Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you guys had a great weekend, and today we're gonna be reviewing a crazy movie. This movie just blew my mind. I should have just started this video off with just my jaw dropped. This movie's called Parasite. You guys might have heard about it. I'm sure you might not have given it a chance because of what it is. It's a Hong Kong, I think, film, or like a Japanese Chinese film. It was just made there. It's you got to read the movie pretty much. It's all in. I don't know why I don't know the language considering I watched it. I'm pretty sure it's like I don't know, it's Chinese or something. So that's basically what the movie's set in that place, and you got to read it, and that's like a big turnoff. But this movie won tons of awards like last year in 2019, and some people on the internet were mad about it because it won like tons of American awards and it's a completely foreign film. But after watching it, it's 100%, 1000% deserves it. If a good movie is a great movie, then just give it what it deserves. And if you have Hulu, man, I recently just like got a Hulu free trial and watched this shit. If you have Hulu, do not like waste your life not watching this movie. It is just fucking crazy. Every single second of the movie, you are interested and curious about what's happening, and it's flawless. This is probably the most standardly flawless movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, I couldn't tell you a bad thing really about it. And I'm not just trying to suck this game's dick, but this movie's dick, but it just was fucking good. Basically, what it was about is they show you a really poor family, and like the movie is so great. This the director's name is Bong Joon Ho or something like that. I love that name, of course. But he made shit like Snowpiercer and other things like that. And but this is probably his best work of all time to me. Um, they show you so many like scenery and just beautiful camera angles and way to really show visually things. Like in the beginning, the poor family, their street is getting like fumigated for pesticides or whatever, and they can close their window to make sure that shit doesn't get in their house. But the fathers like keep it open so we can get free, uh, a free cleansing of our house with bugs. You see them walking around in their house trying to get connection with their phone. Just they're very poor. Their bathroom looks crazy. Like if I could explain to you how their bathroom looked, it just looks terrible. Like they literally live on the lower end of the city. They're literally below the people that they meet in this show, in this movie. This movie is about. It starts off anyway. There's two halves to this movie in a sense. In the first half, it's very lighthearted and kind of funny and interesting. It's about this poor family slowly getting into this rich family's life, and not like knowing them in a sense. Like first, this young broke or the poor family, their son like starts tutoring the daughter of the rich family, and then they learn that the rich family needs an art teacher. So he introduces his sister to the family, but doesn't say it's his sister. And they rehearse all these lines about how they met each other. They're like coworkers, and they went to college together or something. Like, and then they slowly introduce their whole family into the rich family without them knowing that they're all related. And you got like a driver, a maid, a tutor, and an art teacher, and basically all in this house. And a lot of little visual things and a lot of little moments are brought up early on that make you think this movie's gonna go off the rails in like an unbelievable way. Like the kid of the rich family, he's very young, but he saw a ghost when he was younger, and it gave him a seizure, and it's really weird. And but man, the way this poor family fakes it basically, like the art teacher of the poor family just fakes this shit into this kid's head and makes the mom all worried and makes sure they're all working for this rich family. They really rehearse their lines and they show them rehearsing their lines. Everything like is just flawless. Everything is explained 100%. And the ghost thing, the reason I just brought up that kid saying a ghost is because little shit like that's like kind of uh, has a huge comeback later on, or at least it is explained later on. Everything is explained for the most part. Like I said, when the second half of this film kicks off, like I said, the first part is the family getting into this rich family's house, and then something happens. Like I'm not gonna spoil anything, obviously, where there's some weird, serious shit going on in this house and it just ends up spiraling into like this craziness, and it affects both these families, this rich and this young, in an insane way, and I mean, there's just so many ways this movie's perfect. For one, the acting, of course. I don't know any of the actors. They're all like foreign. I'm not educated, but they're great. The acting was great. Casting was great. All the little visual senses. This movie is great at not having to tell you things. It's not like, hey, this person's mad at this person slowly over time. No, it's visually, you can see the expressions on people's faces, and it says all it needs to say on why they make certain decisions later in the movie. Um, and it's just all 100% believable. This shit could happen. If you ever heard of some weird ass shit, crazy shit that went on, like, this is how it happens. Things happen. Um, I know I'm being really vague right now. I just don't want to spoil anything, and this movie really blew my mind. I can remember every single scene of this movie, and I watched it one time. Like, it is just super memorable. I mean, obviously, I don't remember everyone's names, and I'm fucking being vague and all that right now. But it's just like, if I really wanted to break down this movie for you right now, I could off the top of my head. And I can't do that for any other movie. This movie stuck with me like crazy. I'm sure if you did rewatch it, you will catch so many other subtle imageries and stuff like that. The director of this movie just really was passionate about this movie. That's what it was. It's a very passionate movie that is flawless in every scene, is funny in like half of it, very serious and thrilling in the second half, and like the change of tone is perfect. It's flawless. The pacing is just great. You're constantly like, where is this going? But it's not like stupid, like pointless. Like, you want to know where it's going. It's not like you're lost or anything. Um, and it's just like the effort they go to show the rich family or the poor family and how they kind of are and what they have to deal with like the flooding and how they rehearse their lines, like I've said, and just you could tell they might have done this before, and it's just crazy the relationships that change and over time, and then the ending is kind of is very good, obviously, but I think so because it's very like symbolic almost. It almost doesn't kind of make sense, but it does. It's a little weird, I think, but I think it's great, and it can kind of go either way. It's kind of one of those pick your own endings, at least in my head. It has one or two endings, but it's very good, and it just everything comes and goes around like shit like them mentioning Morse code, like this kid can read Morse code early on, like that comes back later on, like that just little things come back and it's great, and then also the big things all make sense, all the relationships make sense. There's some really like tense but funny moments of like the poor family being in the house trying to sneak around from the rich family in this huge house, this huge beautiful house, and just the way they look at each other, and the rich family has their own personalities and everything too. Like the rich father, the guy who owns the house, is constantly like mentioning how the driver of the poor family smells and stuff like that, and just notice shit like that, and it's not like hit over the head, but it fucking works, and it's just so believable. This is the most believable thing ever. Like, I think that's why people like shit like Breaking Bad, is that it's very grounded and realistic almost, and I would say this is almost even more realistic than that for sure, and it even just gets crazier than that almost in a sense. So, and I was mind blown at it like halfway through the film, and then the other half just, like I said, I can go on and on about this movie. Every praise and award it's ever gotten deserves. Like, I don't mean to jump on this bandwagon of loving this movie or just sound like a fucking, I don't know. I don't mean to like just shove it down at your guys' throat. It is actually good. If you have Hulu and just, if you haven't read a book in like years, fucking read this movie. Educate yourself. Make yourself think a little bit, because that's what this movie will do, and it'll make you feel and all types of shit. So yeah, just trust me. Just trust me. For the first time in your life, trust me. Anyway, guys, my final verdict on this is obviously a 10 out of 10. This is probably one of my favorite movies of all time now. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching this long-ass video of me just praising this movie. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.